Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are jumping right into one of the wildest, most influential, and honestly one of the most unforgettable stories you'll ever read, Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis.
So, let's start exactly where Kafka wants us to start, which is with this absolutely shocking first line. I mean, there's no warning, no easing you into it. It's just, boom, a man, his bed, and this terrifying new reality.
Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't some slow, creeping transformation. It's instant, it's completely unexplained, and it's horrifying. Gregor has no clue how or why this happened. He just is this. And that one sentence, man, it just kicks off this whole nightmarish journey.
Okay, so you have to wonder, right? Who comes up with something this bizarre? And to really get a handle on what's going on with Gregor, we've got to take a quick look at the mind behind the madness. The author himself, Franz Kafka, and his, let's just say, unique way of seeing the world.
Now, this is pretty fascinating. Check out the title on this specific translation. While the story is usually called The Metamorphosis, or Al-Tahawu in Arabic, the cover of this book calls it The Giant Worm. And the translator actually explains this in the preface. They said it was a deliberate choice. You know, they wanted to really hammer home the physical, monstrous, gut-punch reality Gregor is dealing with, not just some abstract philosophical idea.
And yeah, that physical reality is, well, it's a total crisis. I mean, can you even imagine? Your body is suddenly not yours anymore. It's this prison, all hard armor, and these pathetic little legs just waving around. But here's the kicker. What's going on inside his head?
It's absolutely wild. His first thought isn't, oh my God, I'm a giant bug. Not at all. His brain immediately snaps to his job. He's a traveling salesman, and as you can see from the text here, he's freaking out about the time, his boss, and the train he's about to miss.
And this right here, this is the perfect example of what we call Kafkaesque. It's that strange, unsettling mix where you've got this surreal, nightmare situation, but the character is worried about completely normal, everyday things. You've got the incredible horror of waking up as a bug, smashed right up against the totally ordinary panic of being late for your job. It's brilliant.
All right, so let's dig into that conflict a little more. What is it actually like to be a prisoner in your own body, where your mind and your physical form are basically at war with each other?
The key thing to grasp here is the total disconnect. Inside, his mind is pure Gregor Samsa. He's stressed about his family's debt, his awful boss, all that stuff. But on the outside, he's trapped in this alien body that he can't even really control. It's like his human consciousness is just along for this horrible, buggy ride.
So up until now, this whole nightmare has been Gregor's private little secret. But that's all about to change, because the outside world is literally about to come knocking on his door, and this very private transformation is about to go very, very public.
And it starts so simply, you know? Just his mother's voice, soft and concerned from the other side of the door. Just a simple question that Gregor has no possible way of answering.
Then you hear his father, and then his sister. The pressure just builds and builds. All the demands of the normal world, you know, your job, your routine, your responsibilities, they're all trying to smash their way through that door into his new, terrifyingly abnormal reality.
So Gregor tries to answer them, right? He wants to calm them down, say everything's fine, but what comes out isn't his voice. As the book describes so well here, it's this awful, painful, squeaking sound, like an animal. And yeah, it terrifies his family, but you can imagine it terrifies him even more. It's at first real proof that he's losing his grip on the human world.
So that brings up a big question. Why are we still talking about this incredibly strange story more than 100 years later? What gives it this lasting power? Well, as you might have figured out by now, it's about a whole lot more than just a dude who turns into a bug.
That same translator's preface we talked about earlier, it really nails the core theme of the story, which is alienation. Gregor is just completely cut off. He's separated from his own body, from his work, from his family, and in the end, from his own humanity. He's basically become a total stranger in his own house.
And that's the real genius of it. Gregor's transformation is this huge, powerful metaphor for feelings that, honestly, a lot of us can relate to. It's about that feeling of being trapped by stuff that's way beyond your control. You know, maybe it's the ridiculousness of a dead-end job, or the loneliness that comes with being sick or depressed, or even just that feeling that the real you, the person inside, doesn't line up with what everyone else sees on the outside. And that is why this story sticks with us. It's like a funhouse mirror held up to our own fears and anxieties. It takes this universal human feeling of being powerless, misunderstood, trapped, and it gives it this horrifying physical form. A hard shell, a bunch of little legs, and a name. Gregor Samsa. The reason it's so powerful, the reason we're still talking about it, is because it makes every one of us ask ourselves that exact same question.